Hello everyone, my name is Eric Freeland. I'm here to do a PowerPoint presentation of my Inflight Emergencies project for Liberty University Aviation 315 class. We'll get into it. So the failure I wanted to go over was the AHRS failure. This is abbreviated for the Attitude Heading Reference System. You'll know that you're experiencing this failure by the red X with the black shadow background over the following indicators. For your AHRS system, it's going to be your attitude indicator, heading indicator, skip slid indicator, and your rate of turn indicator. For these, the reason that this could happen is because your circuit breaker has popped and the circuit's no longer working. So like I said, the circuit breaker popped for the AHRS. You can tell that your circuit breaker's popped by looking down or feeling with your hand. You'll see and or feel the breaker is going to stick out further than the rest of all the other breakers, and that's how you know that this breaker has popped. To reset it, you'll just need to push in on the breaker. You'll hear like a clicking noise. And that's how you know that you've pushed it back into place, and this will start the system to reset itself. You need to know that it's going to take a little bit of time for the system to restart and reset and everything like that. So during this time, and while you're also trying to figure out what's going on, to find the breaker and everything like that, you'll need to use your standby instruments to continue flying. So there's two outcomes to this. It's either going to be the circuit breaker went back in and stayed in, it reset, it's working, everything is doing what it should be doing, or it didn't reset and now it's popped back out and you'll need to fly the rest of the way on the standby instruments. So I wanted to put in some things to think about. So some things to think about is that if it pops back out, you need to let ATC know that you have had an AHRS failure, so that way they can try to help get you assistance to get you back down to the ground or whatever you need to do. I'd like to put the aircraft down for a few reasons. One of those is because if it's popped back out and I'm using my standbys and my standby gyroscope fails for my attitude indicator, then I don't have any sort of attitude indicator whatsoever except for what's outside the plane. Plus also there would be a possibility of, if one system failed, there is a possibility of another system failing, so I'd try to get down on the ground with as much useful information as I possibly could. On the other side, if the circuit breaker goes back in and stays in and everything's working like it should, I would probably be watching my standby instruments to confirm that everything's working correctly and everything is doing what it should do, and try to get back home to the home airport or back to my destination airport, depending on what I'm doing. Like if I'm flying around, just trying to have fun and just fly around, I'd probably come back home and land it, or if I'm close to my destination airport, try to get my destination airport. Because at the end of the day, no matter what, it's all about being safe and getting home at the end of the day in one piece and going home. So I always like to look at it as it's always better to be safe than sorry. So if you need to get down, always get down, put it on the ground, and you can worry about fixing it later and getting done what needs to be done, but always err on the side of caution, especially when it comes to failures and emergency situations. So just always remember, be safe and get back home. Thanks.